I want to reference team meeting that has been brought up. My intent in the meeting that day was to discuss the importance of communication and being on the same page with the team. I regretted mentioning 9/11 in my message that day, and I immediately apologized to the team. Not only was 9/11 a horrific event in our country's history, but a day that I lost a good family friend. And so with that, I'll turn it over to answer any questions you might have.
Just to make sure we're understanding this one correctly.
It was mentioning 9/11 in the context of the team meeting. That was the goal of the team meeting, was about the importance of communication and being on the same page as a team.
Are there any other things about the board that you want to dispute or discuss, just since you have here?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I'm not here to discuss the article that's out there and the things that are mentioned, other than this right here, because this right here is very, very important to me. And something I take very seriously.
Was there a specific reason you had made that reference? You know, like, why, I guess, why did you decide to use that as the reference that day?
Just awareness around a horrific event, more than anything, and a situation that I lost, as I mentioned, a family friend, really multiple family friends. And that was it.
Did you have conversations with players after that happened? Was there any, did players say, did they come to you about it? Like, how was that received?
Yeah, what happened more than anything was one player didn't seem to, that I didn't make my point clear enough. And so right then and there, I said, we're getting together as a team and we're talking, and I'm gonna address this with everyone. And that was before practice. So I leave the team meeting, and I don't know, within an hour. This is a few years ago, so within an hour, and it was actually at the start of practice, I brought everybody together and said this was the goal, this was the intent, and I apologize if anyone whatsoever felt a certain type of way coming out of that meeting, right? That if anyone misinterpreted or didn't understand my message, I apologize. I didn't do a good enough job of communicating clearly the intent of my message, and that was about the importance of communication and that everyone needs to be on the same page, ironically enough. And so that was important to me then, and it still is now.
Did you feel like you were able to clarify that point? Did you feel like there was no maybe hard feelings carried over after you felt like you had clarified it?
That's how I felt, and that's multiple players came up to me. Some would said, you didn't even have to do that, and others said, thank you for doing that. And so, like normally happens, there's some people who feel a certain way and some people who, but even if there was one, and that's where it started. And so as soon as I felt that way, that, hey, you know what, I need to go clear this up, and that's what you do. That's to me how you handle things. And so that's what I did. And I felt that was important then, as I said, and I still feel like it's important.
It's not often that you have coaches who, usually they say we don't win the games or anything like that. Why did you find, and why did you find it important to come out here and give your side of the story on this particular thing? Because usually these things go unaddressed.
I'm aware of the article that's out there, John. I have not read the article. I'm aware that the article's out there. But when Derek shared this particular piece, I said, stop right there, and because this is important to me.
I understand that not everyone in the building might have seen what was in the article that you're addressing now. Did you have to have any conversations with any staff members, players, other coaches, anybody today who maybe weren't here that saw it and felt they needed to address it with you?
As it relates to that, Heather, I do plan on meeting with the team. It is important to me that, as I've discussed here, that we are on the same page, and they, even guys that weren't here, understand how I feel about the 9/11 event. And as I mentioned to the team then, that I regretted and apologized for me not doing a good job of clearly communicating my point. And I'm going to do the same with the team today about when they're done meetings, so that if there's anyone new, that they understand how important that is to me and my family, because it's an important event, a horrific event in our history. And I think that's important.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thanks, guys.